Alright, what's up guys? It's Symbiote Addiction 22 back at you with another video. Now I do apologize for not posting up within the past 2 weeks. I've actually haven't been feeling good, and now that I do feel a lot better because it's all like mucus congestion, so that was just one of those things that it was kind of just hard to try to post a video with so much mucus and nasty stuff all inside your throat, and it's just nasty. But today, I'm going to be doing 2 videos for you guys to make up for that. So, the first one we're going to be doing is a monster legend called Kuri. Now, this is more of a demonic monster that hunts their victims. So apparently these guys are usually around like graveyards. So if you ever come across one, you're pretty much screwed, because they will literally attach themselves to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the full story on it. So when someone becomes latched or attached onto by a Kuri, they literally won't know or be aware of it for most of the time or some of the time. Slowly though, the monster or the creature will give its victim hints about its existence over the span of weeks, if not months or years. So it's literally just the beginning, where all you're hearing is otherworldly whispers. So it'll talk to you and say stuff. So when the victim sleeps, it will reveal itself to them in their dreams. So the Kuri will touch them randomly throughout their daily routine with their cold, invisible fingers, which startles them randomly. So as the victim's fear increases rapidly and begins to just increasingly grow, so too will the Kuri's fun of trying to attach itself to you and do whatever it wants, because its presence will become stronger and stronger in its manifestation. So at this point, when the victim begins trying to talk to his closest relatives or close relatives or even his family, the Kuri will literally supernaturally put its monstrous face onto each family member he tries to talk to, which not only scares him, but it creates despair in the victim, because they'll feel that they have no one to talk to and asking for help from the nightmarish reality of the Kuri obviously latching onto them, or what he's seen, obviously. So the Kuri will never reveal itself to anyone other than their prey, which creates cracks in their victim's sanity. I will say that if you ever come across one and you go to your family member, you try to ask them for help or tell them about what you've seen, yes, you'll see that face, and it's just a creepy sight to see. Actually, I'm gonna just show you the picture anyways. I have it here on my laptop, so let me go ahead and show you guys what it will look like. So it looks something like this. If you see something look like this, you're screwed. That's what it looks like. Creepy, 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 creepy. Let me just say that much. It's very creepy. So eventually, the creature will then tell its victim that they wish to return to the grave, where this victim obviously encountered the entity, in which they knew it was latched onto them or not. So at this point, the Kuri will then promise freedom from its torment, allowing the person to live its normal life now. It won't supernaturally put its face onto another family member of their own, or it won't latch onto them. That's what it tells them. By this time, the victim is usually on the brink of insanity and will comply with the Kuri's wishes. So the victim, maybe just a teeny bit, maybe just a little bit, rarely remembers where the grave was, especially in their demented state. So the Kuri basically leads the way. It shows them where it was. So the monster or the Kuri will encourage the victim to continue, or it'll ask them like, "Hey, are we there? Are we almost there?" And not the victim, but the Kuri will literally tell them, "Oh yeah, we're close," or it's just a little further. But in reality and in honest truth, the victim is just wandering around the wild aimlessly, not knowing where it's going. So at this point, the victim will be too exhausted, too dehydrated, and just starving to death to go any further, and then collapse, just like that. So as the victim slowly dies by starvation or the elements of dehydration or just exhausting, or just in an exhausting state, the Kuri tells them how much it's going to enjoy dragging the soul to the underworld. And not too long after that, a new grave will be made for the Kuri where it can wait for its next unsuspecting victim. So it's kind of a creepy thing to come across. It's not something that I would ever want to come across or encounter. And just remember, if you ever do come across a Kuri and they tell you anything, or they offer you stuff, or they tell you like, "Oh yeah, it's just a little bit closer, a little bit further." If you ever come across any demonic type of thing, just remember, anything that they tell you is basically a lie. Like, none of it's true. Their main agenda is to get rid of your existence, because obviously that's just what they do. They have no heart, they have no sympathy for nothing, for nobody. That's just what they do. So this obviously was one of the things that I thought was pretty interesting. I had one of my friends actually mention this to me, and actually thought it was a good idea to actually post here on YouTube and share with you guys. So big shout out to my boy Roberto, good friend of mine that I actually work with. He's actually given me, these ideas and folklores, because he would usually come and tell me about them, and then, I'd come and try to look it up on my computer and try to see, what's been the stories behind them, and has anybody encountered it or anything like that. So that's just one of the things that you never, ever, ever in your wildest dreams would ever want to come across. I don't know where exactly they, where exactly in the states that they are usually encountered at. I didn't really find it anywhere here on this website, but definitely do your best to not, walk around cemeteries or graves or anything like that at night. That's why it's just best just to leave it alone. Like, it's not worth going to. Definitely good to go at, in the daytime, especially when you're going to pay your dues to your family members or your relatives or anything like that. Yeah, definitely the best time to do that. But don't go at night. It's not the best time to do that, because you don't know what you'll come across and you don't know what you'll encounter. So that was one of them that I wanted to go ahead and show you guys or tell you guys. Another one that I wanted to go ahead and do was Sally's Bridge. And with this one, actually, this old bridge was actually located on Clark's Creek, Cox Mill Road in Concord, North Carolina. So it's somewhere on Popular Tent Road. So that's obviously one place that I will never visit, never go to. But I'm gonna try to tell you guys a story based off memorization. So basically, it's this young girl. She was in high school. Obviously, she was pregnant by some guy. Don't know what his name was. She had a child. And one day, I'm guessing, I don't know if she was coming home from school or work or wherever, but apparently she had the baby with her. So she might have picked up the baby from daycare or something. I don't know. But yeah, she was on her way home. Apparently there was a rainstorm, and whether it was the flash flood just like pushing her, or the gust of wind. Like, you know how rainstorms, there's usually like a big gust of wind or blowing wind. It was either the flood or the wind. I'm not too sure which one it was, but obviously it pushed her and the baby off of the road and into the creek. Like, the car flipped. Pretty sure the baby and as well as Sally fell out of the car and into the creek. So Sally, searched. I don't know if it was day and night, but she literally was trying to find her child, because apparently, I'm guessing the baby drowned in the water and she couldn't find it. Not too sure how big this creek is or the expansion of it or anything like that, but all I know is that she was searching for her baby, and 9 times out of 10 she couldn't find it. So not sure if any witnesses had said that or reported that she either committed suicide in the creek because she couldn't find her baby, or the fact that she drowned herself trying to find her child. So it's her ghost, Sally's ghost, that haunts this bridge. So if you ever come across this bridge and you stop in the middle of the bridge, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen is you will hear a knock, not like one knock, but you'll hear like numerous knocks on your car door, or she'll try to force your car window to go down so that way she can drag you out of the car and try to have you help her find her child. People have said that they've heard cries from the baby, and they've heard screams from Sally herself, because she's been trying to, try to find her child and she couldn't find her. So if you ever come across this bridge, don't try to stop in front of it, because you're going to obviously be dragged out of the car to help her find a child in the creek somewhere, and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if she's going to drown you, or if the demonic child of hers may end up dragging you into the creek, and then you'll obviously get sucked down in there. So very terrifying to come across. I never visited there anywhere on Cox Mill Road or anything like that, so I'm trying to stay away from that as far as possible. I don't know if her spirit still exists around there, but yeah, not gonna visit there anytime soon, and I hope nobody ever does. So definitely give this video a thumbs up if you love what you hear on my YouTube. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content here as well. Definitely make sure that you guys share with your friends if if you know anybody who likes hearing these type of urban legends and stuff like this. I'm not going to just constantly be doing this. Next weekend I'm going to try to do a taste test with the Tokyo treats that I got a couple weeks ago. So I definitely want to go ahead and do that with you guys, but I'm going to do that try to do that next weekend. So be on the lookout for that. Definitely make sure that you guys hit the notification bell so you guys can stay updated on when I post new stuff up. Other than that, definitely subscribe. It only takes like 5 seconds to do. 9 times out of 10, and most times I will subscribe back to you. I'm very sympathetic, so I definitely try to, give people replies and stuff when they ask me questions. And sometime soon, I don't know when, I'm gonna do a Q&A, so that way you guys are able to ask me questions. But I definitely want to do that when I get my 1,000 subscribers, so that way I can stay in touch with everybody around on the community. So that way, you guys can always answer you guys can always ask the questions that I have answers for, and I'm always willing to answer anything that you guys ask. So, my next video that I'm gonna put up is going to be a live broadcast from my PlayStation 4. I'm going to be playing Killing Floor 2, so I'm going to be playing it offline by myself. So, if you guys are down to watch me play this, it's only going to be a 4-wave survival shooting game, so I'm not going to try to do too much. So definitely make sure that you guys be on the lookout for that, because it's going to be next. So hope you guys enjoy it. Peace.